white at exactly this moment, I kind of, my heart skips a little bit of a beat because I see that move as working in my favor. That is to say, I'm playing for e4, and I don't see, anything that you're doing as very significant. By the way,
Well, there's quickly b4 and c5 usually.
I'm a little bit surprised by
surprised
this
by
move
rook
with
d1.
d1. Yeah, exactly. In this position with the rook on e1, I wanted to get in e4 so badly. Rook d1, b4, I'm assuming the knight goes here, and now what you were saying about c5. C5 might be, perfectly timed. Can I play bishop takes f6, by the way? c5.
You can take
bishop,
with the bishop, or then
and
take
then
d takes c.
yeah, then I've left e3 hanging, but you've left d5 hanging. So c5 does run into bishop f6. You could, well, I don't, you play a move like g4, you're taking a big strategical risk,
There's
exposing
another
your king.
interesting move here.
What's that?
Knight g4,
Knight g4, bishop takes.
knight e3, bishop
Bishop
d8,
takes.
knight c2. Bishop and knight are hanging.
So I go rook to
rook
d2
e2.
to defend the knight.
Knight e3 back.
He's done.
Sounds
Knight
like
e3 back. Tempo against the rook. The bishop is hanging. Ooh.
That's interesting.
Constantine did not capture on f6, a move I definitely thought, was going to happen, but he can still do it.
Still, yes.
Bishop takes f6, but I'm assuming in this case knight a4 would be forced. Bishop f6, knight a4, queen a4, bishop f6. I can get my knight to d5.
So your e3 and b2 pawns are hanging.
True.
And mine b4 and d5 and a7.
Seven pawns are hanging.
Yeah,
So he's
everything
done
hangs.
bishop f6. I think knight a4 is obliged. You definitely
Right.
don't want to play g takes f6 and just that ugly looking structure. I mean,
Yeah, knight
that's
a4
shambles.
looks like the
box.
only move.
Right.
Well, it's interesting. Do I have b3, a takes, and then knight a4?
b3. What a move.
I'm just throwing the pawn away.
b3. Okay. You threw me off my stride. I got to give you credit for that. b3. ab.
Knight takes a4.
And then I guess bishop c3.
Yeah, you have bishop c3.
Just a lucky one, I must say. When you played b3, you shook me up. Clock, or the clock, is the clock a
same.
factor?
2 minutes and 45 seconds for each. So Magnus is probably calculating. Wait, is bishop f6 still an option and not knight c5?
a4, queen a4 on the board.
That's still playable, but
And very good
yeah,
move by Constantine.
very, very simplified.
Yeah, but he found a very important move, knight f4. So as you were saying, b2 is hanging, e3 is hanging. But b4, d5, and a7 are all hanging.
Magnus down on the clock. He has minute and 20 seconds against 2:45.
Yeah, because he's having gone 8 out of 8 against all of the murderers in this event, and he's playing against the lowest rated player, Constantine, so he's really wanting to go perfect, making that 9 for 9. And he's pressing, but no. Thus far, Constantine has played great. And by the way, rook takes on the board.
Then I have knight c3.
Yeah, that knight f4. I didn't even see knight. Oh, there's rook d2.
Oh, rook d2. Rook
Sorry, I had a blind spot as well. I thought, wait a minute, knight c3 or knight d. You attack the rook, but the rook does play itself to d2, blocking the attack. Okay, if I take on f6 and take, rook, the other rook's coming down, so I don't want to invite that.
So maybe knight takes b4 now?
Knight takes b4, that's a tempo. Knight takes b4 looks like a safe move. You are covering c2 as well in that case.
Do you still play rook d2?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't really have a very convenient square for my queen in that case. Miro, how good is the winning chances for Magnus exactly at this moment? Does he need some magic?
Well, computer says it's equal, and not much you can do apparently. Like knight c3 might just force a draw. Knight c3 because rook d2, it goes knight e4.
Exactly.
And you keep trading, and even if black is slightly more active, it's rook and queen versus rook and queen symmetrical pawns we are talking about. So it's very likely a draw.
Thank you, Miro. We have some results.
We have two results. Yanni Pomnishi and Ivan Saric have both won their games against Gukesh and Anand.
Aha. Vishy losing to Ivan is knight c3, just as you prescribed, attacking the rook. Rook d2. No.
Oh, Queen
e8.
That's an option as well. And again, Magnus is trying to go in the endgame.
Queen takes e8. Rook. That
Which
was
is winning. Oh, he's not winning a pawn, but his bishop is better than the knight, right?
Yeah, that was a surprise. He could have played queen takes b4 instead of trading the queens, which he did very eagerly.
Mm-hmm.
Rook c2, and you're right.
Oh.
In this minor piece, well, wait a minute. I thought he was going to play bishop takes b2. Sorry.
Me too, but I guess knight f6, g takes, and then he brings the other rook to e2, and it's just bad.
Just bad. Fair.
Now I think he'll keep his bishop.
Because rook takes a2, knight takes f6, and rook
No,
a1.
he goes for rook e2.
It's just a draw. Okay, so now we have
I think
four,
he should have
an
kept his
extra
bishop.
pawn. An extra pawn.
It's a very pleasant position. Why go to the rook ending?
Because you're a pawn up.
Yeah, but most rook end games with one extra pawn is drawn. So
Yeah,
Unless
but
you're
in
Magnus.
such positions, I can never lose. Good winning chances, would you say, Miro, for rook ending, but it's like the extra pawn, but also the two rooks on the seventh rank.
No, I don't think so. I think it's just a draw, to be
Just a
honest.
draw?
Yes. Yeah, I think it's just a draw. Well, we'll see. It's Magnus we are talking about and his endgame magic, right? But
It's also 13 seconds versus, I'm sorry, I can't see that, 20 seconds
22, yes.
for Magnus?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, it's coming down once again to one of those situations where just seconds. The players are, wow, it's 10 seconds. Magnus letting his time seep away.
Let's hope he didn't
4,
forget about
3,
the clock.
5 seconds.
Yeah,
He must have, oh, rook takes,
but giving
rook
up
g4
h4
check.
pawn, right?
Yeah, that was a good snap, that rook h4. I like the way Constantine did that. f4?
So he
No.
wants f4, f3.
Yes, exactly. f4, rook f2, f3. And clock 6 seconds, 7 seconds
Both of
for
them
each
under,
side.
yeah.
f3 is on tap. Magnus,
and
But
now
this is-
he's winning.
and now he's winning.
Now he's winning. There was a way to avoid being kind of paralyzed, but Lupulescu couldn't find it, and now he can.
The paralysis is setting in, and he's set up for f3. You have to play rook takes f3,
But then
rook
he
takes
takes
f3 and rook
b2,
b2,
a2,
and he's 9 for 9.
9 out of
Look how
9.
happy he
Magnus
is.
And
got it.
Magnus is exultant. This is not the Magnus who was in shock in the rapid.